Well, it's a big weekend for both teams, the women's team and also the first team here, the men's team. Lee, first for you, what do you know about this Elgin City team?
Well, we had the pleasure of having their company at the beginning of the season, didn't we, during pre-season. And they gave us a tough game down here. They were very, very well organised. Gavin and his staff do a really good job with them. They've had a pretty decent league campaign so far. And we know if we are not in the right frame of mind and we're not up to speed, then we could quite easily go out the cup.
How's the team itself? You had a defeat in the last time out. How is the team itself? How's the camp?
No, the camp's in good fettle. We were really disappointed on Friday night. Did we play as well as we can? Absolutely not. Was there much in the game? No, there wasn't. Queen's probably deserved to shade it, but ultimately it comes down to avoidable goals. And when you're not playing particularly well, the aim to get out is to get a point, get down the road and look towards the next game. We weren't able to do that. We've only got ourselves to blame for that, but this gives us an opportunity to get back on track before what will be a big game against Partick the following week in the league. So now all focus on Elgin now.
Now, how much does it mean to the club to get through to the next round?
Well, I think if you were asked myself the question and then the chairman the question, you get two totally different answers. But ultimately we know the financial benefits to getting through the next round of the club for ourselves or Elgin. But purely from a footballing point of view, for me to have the opportunity to go into a quarter final and be basically 2 games away from a final or 1 game away from Hampden, for the players to get an opportunity of drawing one of the big boys or potentially getting a game where you can win and get to a semi-final of a cup, it's great. Not many players get the opportunity to taste that sort of Hampden situation in a cup. So again, we'll respect Elgin, but it's a nice carrot to have in front of us.
Interesting to see, I was talking to Graham Matthew earlier today, that you had a number of players who other teams wanted, but your players have stayed with you. The club have stood up and said, we want to play well. What does that do to you as the head coach?
I think it sends a fantastic message to the squad that we realise that we do have a good opportunity this year. So the backing of the chairman, the board is fantastic, and again the finances could have really helped the football club, but I think the bigger picture was that everybody realised the opportunity we do have to do something historical. So we're really appreciative from myself and behalf of the players now, and we really thank the chairman for that. Obviously 1 or 2 of the players had really good opportunities, but ultimately I think they also realised the chance that we do have to do something special this season as well. So the buy-in from the group has been really good.
Reece, now I know you've played up in the Championship before, but Friday night was a really tight game, tough game, especially in midfield, because I was sitting with a number of the reporters who were with Queen's Park, and they were talking about their best midfield that they'd ever had. They were tough, they were strong. What was it like for you out there on that pitch?
I've obviously not played much this season, and I was delighted to be back on the pitch and playing again. But like the gaffer said, the game was tight, there was not much on it, and I just thought from my perspective that when they got their chances they took them, but I think the game could have been different if we took our chances. At the start of the second half, when Tippo's header gets cleared off the line, the goalie saves it, and then the one that Jaden goes through and goal and he gets cleared off the line again. But listen, we need to bounce back from it, and it starts this Saturday.
Now also you'd just come, when I spoke to you when you just signed, you were saying you didn't know the players on the pitch, and you'd had 1 turn in, you'd just come in straight away on a Thursday, I think it was, for the training. How did you adapt to the way United played with such a short time, get to know the players?
No, obviously I spoke to the gaffer before I came here, and I watched highlights on YouTube as well to give myself an idea, and then obviously on Thursday as well we ran through shape and set pieces, and the boys helped me through what's expected as well, so they made life more easier for me.
So what you've experienced so far really drives you on for this, and Saturday will be a good one to test yourself out again.
Yeah, it's a Scottish Cup. against a team that's, what is it, league below, or 2 leagues below. But like the gaffer said, you need to have the right mindset. I remember last season, we played Elgin away, we were 2-0 down at half time. So you need to go in the game with the right mindset. It doesn't matter who the opposition is, you need to keep that mindset.
Now, just drawing over to Clare here, something of a twist over there, because you're actually playing as the underdogs in the Scottish Cup on Sunday against a team two weeks above.
Yeah, we got Glasgow City on Sunday in the 5th round, same as the men.
So what's this like for you? How have you prepared to play against these ones in Premiership 1?
Premiership 1, yeah. So this week is the focus, because obviously we take it week by week. We've had people watching them. They're a really good side. They're physical, they're fast, fit, young team. So we just need to try and play to our strengths and not think about them too much. Obviously we're underdogs, we're the lowest ranked team still left, but it's such a good opportunity for us. And like Lee said, it's an opportunity to get through to the next round and potentially be playing at Hampden for the semi-finals. So that is ultimately the aim. Dreaming big, but that's exactly what we're going to try and achieve.
Now, the women's team's been doing very well recently, good set of results as well. That confidence must build into this match.
Definitely, there's been a really good run since November. We did have a defeat and we've had a draw, but we beat second place Renfrew, we drew with third place Rossvale, who've now went up into second place. We get beat from top of the league. So the results are showing that we are progressing, and we're getting a big confidence. There's a really good feeling about the squad now, and we've got a real belief in ourselves. We talk about playing to our strengths. We're a really good football playing side. So if we just concentrate on what we can do, then we don't need to worry about other people.
So is this confidence going into this being a sort of settling season, seeing yourselves, testing yourself out at this level and hoping to do the best you can in next season, pushing for the top?
That's exactly it. So we started off with a new manager, new feeling about the place, new ideas, and we had to settle into that. We've got a group of over 20 players, and it's always changing, but it was a good settling in period. It took a while, but when we got there and the manager Potsy had talked about it clicking, it'll just click, and one day it just did. And you can tell the big difference. People are noticing it. Opposition teams are even commenting on it, how far we came and the big difference in us. So that's what we're going to work towards. We just keep building. We build this season, we build next season, we just keep pushing.
Again, it's one of these things, the success in what you're doing just now, has that attracted other people wanting to come to the women's team?
Yeah, we've had quite a few new signings recently. We've got Lauren from Queen's Park who scored the double at the weekend. We've had a lot of interest, and we're actually in a position now that we're turning players away. We're at that place that we've got a good squad, and unless you can replace what we already have and do better, then unfortunately it's not going to work out. But historically we've not been in that position. We've took players and hoped that we could build a squad, and now we're sitting here with a really strong team, and there's people fighting for positions every week.
So the game's at Townhead, Cumnock?
Townhead, Cumnock.
And what time is the kick-up?
3 p.m. kick-off.
On Sunday?
Sunday, and it's only £3 entry, so it's good value for money.
Good advert. Just the final question that we normally get here is how fit are the squad at the moment? Are there any injuries that we've got?
No, there's good progress. Obviously Mikey's cup tie, so Mikey can't be involved Saturday. There is progress with Frankie's had a good week's training under his belt, so he should join in full training next week with a view to getting the following week's reserve game as a start back. And Murdy's heading in the right direction. He's probably a week behind Frankie, but no, really positive. I think they're the two main ones, apart from a couple of younger lads that are out and about as well. Obviously we've lost David Bangala, will be hopefully doing us a turn against Dundee on Sunday for Cove Rangers, and Finn's out at Stranraer. But in relation to the injuries, they're heading in the right direction, so it's a lot more positive going into the last sort of 12, 11, 10 games of the season. We should hopefully have a full squad to choose from.
You were talking about having fresh legs coming back in and like new signings.
Aye, that's exactly what they will be. Really good. It'll put pressure on the boys that have been in place. Some of some of the lads have been forced to play maybe a little bit more minutes than we would have expected if we had a stronger squad and we able to use a Frankie or a Murdy. And then you're able to give one or two players a bit of a rest. You know, Ben Dempsey's had to do virtually every minute. Big Sean, Alex, Josh. There's a lot of lads in there that played a lot of minutes where you might have given them a little bit of a break. Not being able to do that, they've stuck to their task well. They've kept us up near the top of the league. So it'll be nice to get that added pressure on the guys in the squad with the boys that are coming back to fitness.